And hey, what's up? It's Mossy, and this is going to be a short video. And the reason and the reason why is that I am actually gonna stop playing Bless Online, due to a couple of reasons that I've listed here. And these are just my opinions about where the game is, not in terms of content, but in terms of core mechanics. Okay, let's just get started. Number one is that PvP is a core mechanic of Bless Online, and I don't really enjoy PvP in MMORPGs or MMOs in general. I'm mainly someone who just enjoys PvE, and those aspects like story, going through like story bits, and like enjoying it at my own leisure, setting my own terms for the game. But anyways, number two is yes, there is an option to avoid PvP, but I don't believe it'll be worth investing in the long run. I realize that the Guardian Bird is a 10-minute buff that prevents people from engaging you in PvP for 10 minutes, all the way up to level 44. And at level 45, at least on the Japanese and Korean servers, or at least on the Japanese server, I don't know anything about the Korean server. It might be the same. At level 45, which is max level, you can buy a cash shop item that prevents people from engaging you in PvP, which is basically the same item as the 10-minute buff, no cooldown. I'm sure maybe you could stack it, but the fact that it costs actual money sort of turns me off. And I feel like that's not the way to play the game. I don't think me stacking that buff for hours at a time will make me enjoy the game. I'm sure that's not how the development team or the developers plan the game out. I'm sure they tailored the game towards people who enjoyed PvP, which is all power to you guys. It's just not my playstyle. Number three is, if you watch through all of part 1 and part 2, you'll see that I skipped through about 90% of the dialogue. I didn't enjoy the story that much. There were some scenes that I enjoyed. I had a good laugh here and there. And there were some like sound and visual bugs here and there, but those didn't bother me too much because I laughed at those. Like, for example, there was the T-posing soldiers in the Griffin battle. That was really funny to me. Or like in part 3 that you won't be getting because it's probably best to just nip this in the bud with this video, that I'm stopping playing the game. In part 3, there was a bunch of mountains warping in the distance, and I laughed really hard about that. But that's number 3. Number 4 is the stuff that I did enjoy were the combat, the character customization options, the animations were great, the voice acting was great, and the taming systems was incredibly enjoyable, although a little confusing because the translation is a fan translation and there's still a few mechanics that I didn't fully understand. And last but not least, the dungeon bosses were a ton of fun. Even if I were like struggling through them or dying death after death trying to get through one mini boss, I enjoyed learning the mechanics, how to avoid certain attacks, the way they telepath their attacks, stuff like that. Even through like a freeware VPN, like that throttles my internet speeds by a huge amount. I think my down speed's like 8 megabytes, and my up speed's like half a megabyte to about 2 megabytes. It's really bad. But even through that, I enjoyed the gameplay tremendously. And I'm sure playing on the NA server for early access would make it even more amazing. But like I said, at the end of the day, point one, I don't think I would enjoy the game at the same extent as someone who enjoys the PvP aspects. Number 5, finally, Bless Online is not a bad game at all. It's just a game that I won't properly enjoy in the near future, based on point 2, which is the whole max level post game PvP faction battles, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll list these reasons in the description. I'm sure you have a different opinion, especially those who enjoy PvP and MMOs, or people who enjoy like battle royale games. It's just not my cup of tea. I'll like play with friends like once in a while, but like if I'm gonna play solo, which I do for a lot of RPGs, even like MMOs, I usually play solo a lot. I don't think this is gonna work out in the future. So yeah, ending this, if you are interested in Bless Online, then I would stay tuned to people over at Twitch, streamers like Sanka, Waifu Delivery Service, Arctics, and like I'll link a bunch of them. They've recently been playing the game a lot on like the Japanese or Korean servers, and they've been answering a lot of questions regarding the game. And I usually go to Sanka because I don't know, I'm more used to his chat banter, but like I said, these are just my opinions on the game, not really criticisms in any way. I guess the criticism is maybe number 3 is a bunch of criticisms, but like at the same time, I don't think those are criticisms, because it's just me saying I don't like this portion of the game, or I didn't find this interesting, not really finding like solutions to those problems. So not criticisms, I guess complaints, to be frank. All right, well, that's just me. Hopefully I'll see you later. I'm sure this will deter you from joining this channel, but it's probably best to be honest immediately on how I feel. All right, have a good one. Bye.